Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today you are tuning in to see day number 4 of the Paper and Pen Girls 6th annual 25 days of planner tips collaboration. And this year is the topic, or the theme is getting from planned to done. So I want to say thank you so much to Lakin with Plan with Lakin. Thank you so much for sending everyone over to my channel today. If you haven't already seen days 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to list those 3 channels in the description box below for you to go and watch those videos. And really, you need to start back at day number 1 at the Paper and Pen Girls channel to kind of get a feel for what this collaboration is all about. So for my tip, I have ADHD, so I have one main tip that I want to share with you. But of course, with ADHD, I over explain everything. So I'm gonna have a couple like side note tips to go along with my main tip. So as an ADHD person with mom brain and being a small business owner, I have serious problems with, I think in the ADHD world, it's called executive dysfunction. So when it comes to like the daily tasks, those mundane things that we all have to do, we have to mop, we have to vacuum, we have to clean those nasty toilets that our boys use, you know, those types of things. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on in this video, is how to get those things done and set yourself up for the feeling of major productivity, so you can feel accomplished and you can feel like you've done something, as well as try to make each coming day in the week or each day of the week feel more productive because you got those mundane things done. So my main tip is going to be to pick the most mundane, most dreaded, most hated, loathed task that you have to do for the day, and do it first. Do it first, get it out of the way, and then the rest of the day is going to seem like a piece of cake. So what I do for myself, and I'll use this week's planner spread as an example, is I always keep a half sheet insert in my planner spread for a running to-do list. It's more like a brain dump because I have a million things that I have to get done. They don't necessarily have to get done today, but if I at least dump them on a piece of paper and out of my brain, I'm not continuously worrying about them. So I'll take my master to-do list, and throughout the week, each day, whenever a thought comes to my mind, something I need to get done, I will write it on my master to-do list. I do not pre-plan anything in my planner. As far as, you know, the mundane things, even like this planner, for instance, has everything already on here. This drives me crazy, okay? And this is one reason that I love this planner, but my ADHD brain, it hates having things set in stone, okay? So I don't plan anything on the actual days except for appointments or, you know, bills that are due, things that I cannot procrastinate on, because I am a master procrastinator. So each day I will plan based on my master to-do list, depending on, number 1, what's going on that day, how many orders I have to be filled, because I've always said orders are number 1 priority for me. How much, you know, what's going on that day, what my mood is, what my health is, my mental status, all of that stuff into consideration. So once I actually cross something out that's on my master to-do list, then I will actually write it on the physical day that it got accomplished, okay? So I do not set myself up for failure by going into my weekly spread and saying, okay, on Sunday, I'm going to vacuum the whole house, and on Monday, I'm going to dust, and then I'm going to mop, and Tuesday, I'm going to clean the bathrooms, because that's not going to happen. It's not, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and I'm not going to be able to get it done. And then I'm going to feel like a failure because I didn't do what I wrote down, and it just messes up the whole week. So I already know that I do not write down anything unless it's an appointment or a bill due or something that I cannot get out of. I don't write it on my daily. As a matter of fact, I have this little, legal pad that I got on Amazon, and I'll use it as a brain dump, you know, in between weeks or whatever, and then transfer stuff here because I know that I will feel like a failure. The other thing that I've done for those mundane tasks, like, you know, like I was talking about, like vacuuming, mopping, cleaning the dishes, things that, or cleaning the bathrooms, things that we know we have to get done, but we dread doing them. I actually have, and this is inside of my household tab, and this is like my household planner. If you haven't seen my videos, I have like a household planner. So I have a time tracker sheet. This has helped me tremendously. And I also have this listed down in the description on my website. There's like a freebie section. You can download this and put it in your planner. Sorry, I keep having to stop because my son he keeps texting me. But if you'll download this time tracker, what I've done here is I've gone through, and I actually mentioned this to Mary Ellen, Planning with Bumble, at one point, because she was struggling with this too. It dawned on me years ago to actually time myself when I do the things that I hate doing the most, that I feel the most guilt about when I don't do them, but then I don't want to do them because I feel like they take too long, blah, 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 blah. So I wrote down, if I clean my master bath, now this is not a deep clean, okay? This is not when I get in those cleaning moods and I scrub the shower head to toe and, you know, get on my hands and knees and clean the floor, all that stuff. This is just a basic wipe down the toilet so you at least feel like it's clean, you know, that sort of thing. So I timed myself doing all of those things, even down to, I have 4 dogs that are fairly large breed. They're not easy baths to give. So it's something that I procrastinate to the point where my dogs just, you know, they're just filthy because they go out there and roll around in the dirt and stuff. I timed myself doing all of these tasks. So when it comes time to actually do the task, I can repeat to myself in my brain, it's only going to take 6 minutes. It's only going to take 5 minutes. It's only going to take an hour and a half. You've got 15, 16 hours in a day. It's only going to take an hour and a half. Give the dogs a bath, you know, get over it. But I have to tell myself in my head the times so that I realize that it's not that big of a deal. Because in my ADHD brain, I overthink every single little task. So by having this master time tracker in my home planner, when it comes time to actually do the task that's on my to-do list, I can remind myself that, you know, it's not the end of the world, Casey. It's only going to take a few minutes. Like, minus the dog baths, all of like cleaning my entire house to where it's presentable to have company is less than an hour out of my entire day. And if I would just do it, my entire week, say if I did it on Monday, my whole week would feel like the best week in the world. So part of it, I think, is tricking our brains into, I guess, accomplishing the hardest, I keep saying hardest, but it's really, in my brain, it's the most mundane, hated, dreaded tasks. So if we can just do these couple things, if my tips help you at all, basically do the hardest thing first. Keep a master to-do list. Don't set yourself up for failure by writing it in your planner ahead of time, because if something happens and you can't get it done, then you're going to feel like a failure, and it just ruins my whole mood for the rest of the week. So I hope that my tips have helped you some. And if they have, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave some of your tips if you have a brain that's kind of wired like mine, an ADHD brain that procrastinates and feels like a failure when you don't get the most dreaded things done. Leave some of your tips down in the comments, and let's try to help one another figure out how we can best go from planned to done. I think that's one of the most important things we can do as planners is, I mean, it's nice and fun to have pretty planner spreads and to write things down, but we most certainly do not always need to feel like a failure because what we've written down doesn't get accomplished. And I am one of my own worst critics. And so I've had to learn to quote unquote cope and manage and learn the way that my brain works. So if you have tips that you want to share, leave them down in the comments. And I encourage you to go to the comments and read and see what some other people's tips are. And I think the most important thing is to give yourself grace. Grace to understand that life happens, and you know, there are things that are not going to get done today, and give yourself grace to move those things to another day, another week, another month. You know, we have to enjoy and appreciate life as it comes to us, and not be so hard on ourselves when we can't do the things that we expect out of ourselves. Because I think a lot of you are like me, and we are our own worst critics. And so I guess give yourself grace. If you can't get from planned to done with all of the tips that are shared in these 25 days, there are going to be days where you cannot get certain things done. And don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. Live in the moment. Be with your family. Be with your loved ones. Enjoy life, and don't be too hard on yourself. So, with all of that said, and with you guys sharing your tips down in the comments below, if you are new and you're subscribed to my channel, you didn't know about this collab before today, make sure you head over to Tamara's channel, the Paper and Pen Girl. Like I said, all these links will be down in the description below. Go view her day 1 video, and then go to Plan with Sarah for day 2, Plan with Lakin for day 3, and then tomorrow go ahead and head over to EJ Joyful Plans. She's going to have day 5, and then from EJ Joyful's channel, she will have day 6, and so on and so forth. So this collaboration will go through the month of December, day 1 through day 25, and then on day 26 we will all go back to Tamara's channel, the Paper and Pen Girl, for a final wrap up of all 25 days of planner tips. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below on your tips that you want to share with other planner babes, planner guys, on how to go from plan to done. And if you want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram if you have an Instagram channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.